Great news, OINP has made a good announcement about educational requirements for some of its express entry streams. In this video, we'll get the details of those announcements. Before we start, my name is Madhur Parashar. I'm a licensed Canadian immigration consultant. If you need any paid immigration consultation or application support, feel free to reach out. My contact information is right here. Now let's get into the details of the announcement. So Ontario Immigrant Nominee Program, OINP, which is Ontario's PNP program, has three streams that are linked to express entry. That's French-speaking skilled worker stream, human capital priority stream, and skilled trade stream. So out of these three streams, the announcement is related to the first two streams. So it's French-speaking skilled worker and human capital priorities. So out of both these streams have a minimum education requirement, which is a Canadian bachelor's, master's, PhD, or an ECA or a foreign equivalent with an ECA equivalent to Canadian bachelor's degree. So that's the minimum ECA required. So in this announcement, they have reduced the educational requirement for early childhood educators only. So if you're an early childhood educator, that is if you're falling under NOC 42202, then the educational requirement has been reduced for you guys. What they're saying is that instead of a Canadian bachelor's or master's PhD equivalent, ECA, if you have a certificate of registration from College of Early Childhood Educators, from an institution called College of Early Childhood Educators. If you have a certificate of registration from this institute, then you do not need to meet the minimum education requirement of those two streams, that is French-speaking skilled worker and human capital priority stream. So under the education section, you can just upload your certificate of registration with the early childhood education college, and that's it. So it will make it easier for more people to get their OINP nominations if they've completed the certificate of registrations. The reason being that Ontario has a shortage of early childhood educators, so they're trying to encourage these people by reducing that education requirement. This is great news for people who are in the ECE field. What you need to do is you need to be eligible for express entry. You need to create your profile in the express entry pool, and you have to select your primary NOC as 42202. If that is not your primary NOC, then even if you have experience in that field, you will not be invited by Ontario. So make sure you select your primary NOC as 42202. And then you have to meet the language benchmarks. You have to qualify for CEC, Canadian Experience Class, or FSW. And you have to meet the language and experience requirements of those two fields. But the education part has been made easier. Usually when Ontario makes such an announcement, it is because a draw is about to happen in which that NOC will be picked. So if they make an announcement about ECE, that means their next draw will most likely target that NOC. So I'm expecting that very soon OINP nomination will be issued to ECE people. Keeping our fingers crossed, early childhood educators have a very good advantage because of this announcement. My name is Madhur Parashar. I'm a licensed Canadian immigration consultant. Please subscribe to this channel for latest Canadian immigration news and updates. If you need any paid immigration consultations or support, my contact information is right here. Please feel free to get in touch.